The Department of Labour has submitted amendments to two labour bills which are aimed at addressing labour broking. These are the Labour Relations Act and the Basic Conditions of Employment Act. Speaking to the media in Pretoria, Labour Minister Mildred Oliphant said the amendments are, amongst others, aimed at bringing the acts in line with labour law developments. The changes follow talks between government and its social partners at NEDLAC level. Earlier this month, thousands of COSATU-affiliated workers took to the streets to protest against the labour brokers. Oliphant says one of the amendments include the fact that temporary employment will be limited to genuine temporary work that does not exceed 6 months.
While there has been substantial agreement on many of the amendments, there remain key areas of disagreement. On these areas of disagreement, business and labour are entitled to put forward their views during parliamentary process in terms of the NEDLAC protocol.
The Polokwane Regional Court has struck off the roll the case against the Limpopo ANC Youth League member Clifford Mohlane, who allegedly assaulted a freelance journalist during the Limpopo ANC conference in December last year. This after the police's failure to include the footage of the incident and medical certificate as part of the evidence. Mohlane allegedly hit Chester Magana with a brick on the head and destroyed a camera memory card. About 70 people are to appear in the Verenigde Magistrates Court in Gauteng today on charges of public violence and burglary. Police say those facing charges are part of a group which caused havoc in Sharpeville earlier this week by looting shops owned by foreign nationals. Police say those arrested include men and women. The violent protests in Sharpeville followed community anger because of a government decision to move the main celebrations for Human Rights Day to Kliptown, Soweto. Two more vehicles were burnt this morning in the violence-stricken township of Pola near Ochis in Mpumalanga. That brings the number of burnt vehicles to 7 since the beginning of the protests. Some of the vehicles had their windows smashed and damaged the unruly crowds. Residents, mostly youths, have again this morning barricaded the main road leading into the township with rocks, heavy metal objects and burning tires. A local businessman, Abe's Masango, says the latest protests are crime-related.
The situation here in Ochis, really it's terrible. There are 2 cars that have been already banned. One of the wives was just passing on the main road. Probably they had to catch him and bring the car inside and ban it. Then the other car belongs to one of the community people. These youths have realized that he is getting to work, so they caught him, whereby they've just banned his car. You know, people are doing crimes, and on the other side, other one that are fighting for this situation. So it's not right.
South Africa's consumer inflation has slowed down to 6.1% in February from 6.3% year-on-year in January. Economists expected CPI to accelerate to 6.4%. The latest figure is good news, as the Reserve Bank is unlikely to increase interest rates at its next MPC meeting. And finally, further afield, a former commander of the Turkish armed forces is due to go on trial today, charged with attempting to overthrow the government. General İlker Bazbu is the most senior Turkish military officer to be tried in a civilian court.